Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fish Tank. As you can see, Camless Fish today, and we've got some tournament action from my latest Minion Masters Fishbowl Brawl 1v1. Now this is early in the tournament, but it's some big players, so I thought it would be interesting to check out. We've got Dark Crow against Desu, Deathshoot, Waniani, now known as Desu, both very, very good players. So this is going to be a best of 3. This is the second Swiss round, I think, in the tournament. So early in the tournament, but still some big names to check out. So as you can see, the players have ban powers as always, so they can ban a master and 3 cards. We've got Dark Crow banning Morelia, and Deathshoot, Desu I should say, banning Ape. And then for the cards, we've got Dark Crow banning Rapid Response Reserves, Cage Prowler, and Chain Lightning. Not Lightning Bolt. If you know, you know. So pretty meta bans there, and then Desu banning Bounceberry Flingers, Zeppelin Bomber, and the Cage Prowler. So the Zeppelin Bomber's a little off meta, but probably a directed ban. So that's what the players can't play. Let's find out what they can play in this best of 3. Game on! Here we go. Dark Crow against Desu. King Puff against Rekt. Got our dual decks on as always. You can see exactly what's going on. Right, Dark Crow, remember, banned Rapid Response Reserves, but as you can see, playing them himself. Absolutely everywhere, that card. Check out my Minion Masters meta coming up soon this month. See exactly what's going on. Okay, so we've got to be careful. Deadshot tried to kill the Reboomer there. Didn't quite make it in time, unfortunately. And he needs to be super careful with their Reboomer against the Blood Imps. That could be a really painful thing for him. We can see a lot of the cards in Deathshoot's hand are reduced in mana because of the Rapid Response Reserves. So we've got some puffs from Desu, so very cheap cycle. Nice Iron Grenade. Didn't quite kill everything, but killed enough. Right, here comes the power of the Blood Imps. Nicely done. And of course he does have the heal puff to repair some of the damage done by the Blood Imps. Now, ideally what Dark Crow wanted to do there was leave the Blood Imps to die to the Reboomer, but he didn't want the Reboomer to die to the Arcane Barrage, so that's why he played the Defenso. Nice little bridge switch. That Wolf has a really bad time. But you can see Desu's got some cards with double mana reductions in there from the Rapid Response Reserves. So kind of mana banking in a way. And he used that to his advantage as the game goes on. XP's about level. Some big changes to Rekt coming up in the next patch. If you're in the PTR, you would have known. So keep a lookout for that. If you're a Rekt player or you want to figure out how to play against the new Rekt, we'll cover that in our patch notes video, as always. Looked like the jump was a little bit too late there. The clone, the Rekt jumping back at base. But still, XP completely level. Magma Cannon doing a great job at the bottom there. Oh my god! 1 HP. Siegebreaker, that's the one. Killed all of those spear throws in one hit. XP still dead level. The heal puff popping away, so he's going to have those Blood Imps, sorry, for days. Again, the Magma Cannon doing a great job. Hitting lots of little things, which is not ideal. But it does attack pretty quickly, so it does do a good job. Just keeping the pressure on the bridge. Maybe keeping the range units away from taking the bridge. Small XP lead for Dark Crow. We know how powerful we can see King Puff gets at perk 3. Nice use of the Arcane Barrage, though, taking out the Defenso Chopper, which would have been something that would be difficult for him to deal with. He's got a decent push on now. Catching up on XP. Needs to be super careful with that Reboomer. The Blood Imps are in. I feel like they could have been punished, but Darkrai decides to kill them anyway. But they could have been really punished by that Reboomer. Would have taken a bit longer to kill it, though. Let's see, Impetus Blast. Free card, of course, from Perk 2, King Path. Right, both players hitting Perk 3 at the same time. Whose is going to be more impactful? Remember, every time Deadshot uses that barrage, it gets stronger the next time. He does have 3 mana reduction in his hand from the Rapid Response Reserves, so that can really help him in times of need. Deadshot just chilling a little bit too much there. Looked like he was burning some mana. Didn't want to push into it. Zero cost Blood Imps, but he needs to be super careful with where he plays, though. That enraged Flame Imp, Fire Imp, is going to absolutely murder everything at the bottom there. Nicely done. Flyby comes in, another free card. And Darkrai getting a little bit of an XP lead here at the moment. Night Puff generation, 3 at the top, none at the bottom. Okay, didn't really do too much in that situation. You kind of want the Night Puffs to be at the supporting act, not the main act. Again, the Reboomer being a constant thorn in Deadshot's side. Deadshot getting some good pressure on here, doing some decent face damage. Next wave's coming, so XP is really in his favor right now. This is a lot of face damage coming out, but the XP is really important for him. He is behind on XP at the moment, but it's really important against King Puff to keep these pushes going, because if you keep them off the bridge, they basically have no perk 3. And Darkrai taking so much face damage here. Remember, One Punch Blast is available for Deadshot. Uses it as a removal tool, not on face. But that could be just as powerful. Okay, Deadshot has had the bridges for the entire time now. I do need to start calling him Disu, but we'll get there eventually. Bridge switch, but not really generating anything. Darkrai really struggling at the moment. Is this Deadshot's game? Is he going to take the first game here? It's surely looking like it. Not going to be lethal. It is lethal now. Okay. Deadshot takes the first game. 1-0 lead. Okay, here we go. Loading into the second game. Wait. Here we go, loading into game number 2. Darkrai Disu. Disu has a 1-0 lead. As we saw in the first game. Can he close it out? Can Darkrai fight back? Looks like we're going to find out. Wrecked against Wrecked. No conquest rules at this point in the tournament, so just because Disu won with Wrecked in the first game doesn't mean he can't play Wrecked in the second game. Rapid Response Reserves again from Darkrai, really liking those. Deadshot playing a really interesting deck here. We can see that he does have the Voidbone Altar, which is definitely an aggro strat that can get out of control. If used appropriately. You've got to use it at the right time. Okay, I think he may have picked one up there with the flyby. Did he get a whelp? There's the whelp, yep. Okay, so that's nicely done. Timing the flyby to get the removal and picking up the soul. But unfortunately, okay, he gets the second one out. Oh no, he needed that to be the Incubus, really, not the Succubus. He was a little bit unlucky there. Did a good job to get some value out, but then once the value was out, it didn't really get too much value. But again, the clones here putting on pressure. A little bit of some decent face damage from not really that much of a push. Deadshot will be happy with that, but the XP is in Darkrai's favor here. But if Disu is able to get the Void Altar out, get all of the souls collected, and then start getting a push together, that's when it can get out of control. The one way to stop that from happening for Darkrai is just to keep the pressure on. If you keep the pressure on, it makes it very difficult. The Void Altar is more of a sort of support win more card. Doesn't help you too much if you're defending. Right, Flyby coming in. Is it going to pick... Oh, it picks 2 things up. No, it doesn't. It only picks 1 up. That's annoying. The Incubus gets absolutely cleavered to death. This is not looking great. Oh, that's a good jump from the monkey, though. Gets the whelp out. The whelp is going to help out here on the cleaver. Oh, it's not. It gets pincered. Nicely done from Dark Crow, paying attention to where the invisible stuff was. And this is looking scary at the bottom. Cleaver's still pretty healthy. Plus, we've got the Siegebreaker and the Armored Escort. Deadshot's going to take some serious damage here, I think. Dark Crow got a great XP lead as well. Dark Crow happy with where this is going so far. Deadshot having to take damage, needs to put pressure on the bridges, and he gets 1 of them. 30 XP behind. Deadshot in a real situation right now. The meta is very aggro, as we know. Even if it's not full aggro, it's still very aggressive, and that's not a good meta for the Void Altar, really, because it's really difficult to get it out, to get the pressure on, to pick up all your souls, and Deadshot's really feeling the pain of that there. Maybe just a little mistake in choosing what kind of a deck to go for, because it's getting punished here. Dark Crow's looking like he's going to bring this game back to 1 game all. Deadshot hanging on, but ultimately the Marines pushing at the bottom. There we go. 1 game all. We have a decider. Okay, so while this is the decider, we are still early on in the tournament, so losing this matchup is not necessarily the end of the world for either of these players. They don't want to lose, but it doesn't mean that they're out. They've still got a chance. But let's see who is going to claim the victory in this best of 3. Dark Crow playing Wrecked again. Disu switches back to Diona. Looks like more of a control deck for Disu compared to what he tried to go with the last one with the Void Altar that really just didn't work out very well, unfortunately for him. Oh, he tried to shut down the Reboomer, and the Reboomer's going to pop again. No, it doesn't. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Deadshot did a great job reacting so quickly. That's one of those situations where you've got to react quickly, and he did. Nicely done. That Reboomer was just milliseconds away from popping again. Trying to save the monkey, and again he does. Another great reaction from Deadshot. That monkey will heal. That's basically a free 4 mana unit for him. That was dead, and now it's full HP. Won't trade too well against the Cleaver, though. But let's see. He's got some support for the Cleaver, if possible, here. Okay, he's unfortunate there. Okay, so that goes to show, with using the Morgrul's Mark against a fast unit like the Cleaver, it doesn't always work out exactly as you want it to. There is a little bit of a delay before the first one spawns. You've got to take that into account. Plus, they spawn where you use the spell, not where the unit is. So the fast-moving Cleaver gets very far away from the Morgrul Mark's spawn, and consequently, those things spawn all out of the place. Okay, again, Dark Crow doing a great job keeping an eye on invisible things. Got to pay attention to invisible units. A lot of people, a lot of new players will struggle with that. It's very important to pay attention to them, as well as not only the fact there's an invisible unit there, but what kind of invisible unit it is. And there's a good press coming on here from Dark Crow, doing some good face damage. And of course that XP is so juicy right now. Time for Deadshot to push back. And the Flame Imp is always terrifying, but when it's on its own, especially with something like that, you see the way Dark Crow played the Prowler? That Prowler took 0 damage from that Flame Imp. I always call it a Flame Imp. I think it's technically a Fire Imp, but it is what it is. Yeah, nice little play from Dark Crow, taking no damage on the Prowler. Deadshot having to use the trap defensively, and he's falling behind XP here. Okay, again, Dark Crow playing really deep. Nice Shock Rock, kills them all. Removes the Reboomer as well. Assassin's going to absolutely shred that. Remember, that's a Brothers of the Void Assassin, so that is Rage. That thing hits very hard when it attacks. It's shut down there, but it did get some good value out. But a counter push coming. Deadshot did catch up on XP for a little bit there. That trap doing a great job. But the bridge grab potential with the clones jumping backwards, always really, really powerful for Rekt. Kills that monkey, doesn't want it to heal again. Clears the field. XP lead for Dark Crow. Perk 3 for Dark Crow. One Punch Blast available. Is that going to help him too much? Okay. Reboomer removed. Okay, putting some pressure on here. It's not going to be game-ending damage. But it's important to put the pressure on face and start getting that XP back. Health, as always, is a resource, but it must be used smartly. But here comes the counter push. Doing everything he can at the bottom there to keep that flame imp alive, his Deadshot. It does go down to the pincer, and the 1 HP Prowler gets on face. That's frustrating for Deathshot. Perk 3 now, gets that extra trap. Now he's going for face, but remember... Oh, double trap on face. That's nicely done. But remember, since a recent patch, only 50% face damage now from those traps. A lot less than it was before. Cleaver coming in. Needs to be handled. Needs to be handled. Oh, this is going to be too much, is it? Okay, the Rocket Scrat's going to do a good job to clear here. But XP really is a huge problem. One punch blast. Cleaver on face. This is going to be Dark Crow. 42 HP. There's no way Deadshot holds on here. Look at the push coming. Dark Crow's going to take this game by 2 games to 1. And let's see how these guys continue in this tournament. But early on, Dark Crow beats Desu 2 games to 1. Right, Dark Crow takes the victory, but early games in this event, so both players will still fight for the ultimate right to win this Fishbowl Brawl. Remember, my 1v1 and 2v2 tournaments are back every month, so if you're interested in getting involved, make sure you check out the links everywhere. Of course, you can't join this one or this month's tournaments because they have begun, but there will always be one with the start of the next patch. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you today. Bit of early action from the tournament. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, make sure you hit these subscribe buttons. Make sure you don't miss out on anything Mini-Masters related. We've got my Mini-Masters meta video coming up soon for this month, so make sure you don't miss out. Some real interesting information in that. Anyway, I'm invisible, but as always, I'm awkwardly waving.